Wonder Woman Annual #2, James Robinson writing, with Mark Laming and Fraser Irving on the art. My first thought is, you got Fraser Irving to do a book at DC right now, and you wasted him on the Wonder Woman Annual. Are you
Yeah,
mad?
that is a shame.
Because I'd forgotten he was on it, right? And I was reading the book, and it was the regular art at first. They kind of split it up by, like, whenever it goes to these flashbacks or these more mystical moments, it switches to Irving. And when it switched to Irving, I was like, oh my god, this looks amazing! I forgot he was on this.
Give me Irving on Clarion. Give me Irving on Etrigan. Give me Irving on... I'm trying to think of something that's not magical, but that's big, grand scope. Give me him on the Fourth World.
Yeah, no, I haven't obviously read this issue, but so I haven't seen the art in question. But I think Matt Lam is usually... Yeah, I quite like him. He's
solid. He's fine, but he's more like, he's closer to like a house style, I suppose. He's more normal, if that makes sense.
Right, well, Irving, he does the dark stuff so well.
It's the dark with the blotches, and it's very almost transcendent.
So scratchy.
When I think of Dormammu from over at Marvel, I think of Fraser Irving stuff.
But here's the thing. Like, I think I would even nominate Aquaman as a good fit for him, because I can see like the darks of the water and, like, you know, having the splotchy kind of stuff. Like, there's a lot of potential.
Basically, I just want him on a horror book. Put him on Justice League Dark.
Oh yeah, horror book. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Anything that's horror, anything that's set in space or underwater, anything that deals with that kind of
oh my god,
image.
Fraser Irving on Green Lantern Corps. Like,
I mean, Sharp's doing it, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll
saying,
take him on a Hellblazer book.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Star Sapphire showed up and grabbed Wonder Woman at the end of the last issue. Turns out one of the Dark Gods is on what's the planet that Star Sapphire's on? I've forgotten.
Zamarin.
There you go, Zamarin.
And this book was a waste of freaking time. I don't care about the Dark Gods. I don't like that they tied the Dark Gods into the Dark Multiverse. I'm over the Robinson on Wonder Woman. I'm done. This is it. I can't take it anymore.
You've only got like 2-3 issues left, right?
Don't care. I dropped Liddell Superman with 4 issues to go. So, like, before John's, I did not stick it out. I'm not sticking this one out. I can't. This annual was terrible.
Does that mean I'm done too?
I think so, Pete. I made a decision for you.
Nice.
So I like the idea of Wonder Woman as this image of love, because that's her mission, right? She wants to spread goodwill and love, and she was the Avatar during the Blackest Night. And the Zamarins are cool. Like, I want to see a cool interaction between the two.
Oh man, see that first panel? See when they're explaining the story of when they tried to fight the dude from within the statue. In that first panel, of all the Zamarins or the Star Sapphires, like, beaming their light in the clouds, that is like such a beautiful panel. Like, as the thing, I don't think I hated this issue as much as you, because the art on those pages
is great.
It's so freaking good.
I understand that this happened in the annual, but I don't. It made me care about the Dark Gods less. Because I'm just like, oh, well, if she can just go and... Why'd they attack Zamarin? Instead of just...
Yeah, they attacked Zamarin because they wanted one on Zamarin to lure Wonder Woman away from Earth so that Earth would be undefended. Even though there's an entire freaking Justice League on there that should probably be showing up.
But that's it. But if she prayed for them, as we find out, then they should appear no matter what. Like... I just don't get it.
Now, honestly, like, I don't think it's a terrible issue. It's kind of just, it feels like a weird filler issue, but it has very nice art, right? It feels like a weird tangent in the story just so we can have an annual. But like I said, the Irving art is gorgeous. Honestly, my biggest problem, and it's kind of a nitpick, but this really bugged me, is after, because one was like, no, I need to go back to Earth, the Dark Gods are there, I need to go and help Earth, and they're like, no, technically there's a Dark God here too, so if you're responsible for the Dark God, you're also responsible here. And she's like, okay, fair enough. When she agrees to help them, she's like, well, if I'm going to stay and help you guys, I should probably look the part. And then they give her like a Star Sapphire uniform, and she's got a ring, and I'm like, but why do you have to look the part? Why? Yeah. It was so clunky. It was just like, oh, we want an excuse to draw you as a Star Sapphire for an issue. Here's a stupid reason. I was like,
give her
why?
Trying to attack. Yeah, no, give her trying to attack the thing first as classic Wonder Woman, and whatever happens, the lasso doesn't work for whatever reason. So she's like, well, let me get one of those rings. Let me see if this works.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna attack this Dark God of Love.
why she
Dark
needs
God
to
looks
have the
metal.
pink outfit. And like, if you want to give me a reason, then give me a reason. But this was just, oh, I might as well look the part. Why?
It's kind of Robinson's run in a nutshell. It's just why.
And I'll say
Jason, why?
it's swapping between two arts, obviously, a lot throughout the book.
Yeah.
I think most of it works though. I
Yeah.
love the shot of
What?
the dark multiverse planet. At one point, there's a 2-page layout, and there's like a big sort of landscape view of this dark planet. Looks
You know
beautiful.
what? I think I'm gonna have to just go to the comic shop and flick through this just to see the art.
You should. You should.
Yeah.
Every time it switched artists, I thought the change worked because of the context of what was happening. The only time it didn't was the final time it changes back to the regular art. It's when Wonder Woman's getting her ass kicked, and then all the Star Sapphires show up to help, and it switches back to the regular art, but it's still the same fight. So that felt like a jarring change to me in the art. Whereas every other time before that, it felt justified, and either it was shifting to a flashback or it was shifting to like the big fight with Wonder Woman and the bad guy. So it was like it got like more metaphysical. So that's why it got more ethereal in the art, I guess, if you want to call it that way. So the last switch back I thought was a bit weird. And then ultimately it's like, okay, I helped you guys, send me back to Earth. Okay, we'll send you back. Come back for issue 48.
Or not.
Or not.
Well,
as
and then
the
there's
case
Dark
may be.
God too, and they say he's powered by love, but a darker version of love, and I'm just like, what is going like?
Yeah, they explain it as he looks for the impurity, so if you've got love in you, he finds where, oh, but you're fueled by jealousy, or you're fueled by, lust or whatever,
Yeah.
like, and it'll corrupt that part of it. Yeah. So that.
Weak sauce.
I don't think this was by any means any of the worst that Robinson's had, and I think maybe that's just because the art was elevating it, and there was no Jason.
No,
There's not
but-
a single moment of Jason in this entire run. It's great.
Yeah, but it was an annual, and it was double sized, and I didn't want to be reading it.
That's
Like,
also fair. That's also fair. Actually, what I think for comparison's sake, I read this soon after Green Lanterns. I think the fact that Green Lanterns was such a slog, and by comparison, this was much lighter on the
I think-
dialogue. I was like, oh, this is going quick. This is
It's
great.
better because it was relative to something else.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
do think it's a better book all around than Green Lanterns was.
Yeah.
But not by much, because I mean, at least the Fraser Irving art and the regular art's fine. You were talking in the Green Lantern section about how if you don't care about the story, then good art's not going to save it.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that's how I felt through this entire book. I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, specifically, I said if I hate the writing, the art won't save it. Here, the writing is not necessarily terrible because there's not too much of it. It's quite, it works. It's functional. It functions in what it's doing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't annoy me as much. But yeah, it still feels kind of worthless overall. It feels like a tangent to the main thing.
But when it's just more of the same of what I've been getting that I've been tired of already,
Oh, sure.
then it's just ramping up.
I can't be-
I'm
I can't be too harsh though if I'm rating that. Like, I feel like it's kind of like a 5.5. Like, the art elevates it enough to a 5.5 for me.
It's a 5. I did enjoy it more than Green Lanterns, but yeah, I'm just done with Wonder Woman right now. I need to take a break from Robinson. That dude's maddening. I don't care if there's 2 issues left. 3
Well,
issues.
So,
That's
Pete, are you sticking out alone for the last couple, or are you taking the easy way out with Matt? Because
I
you
like-
did say when he dropped it, you would.
yeah, but I like how you phrased that. The easy way out is that if
What?
you're trying to goad me into it. How dare you, sir? No, I if I'm not talking to someone about it, I'm not reading it. I'm done. I'm done.
Good answer.
I'll come back. Well, or not, I have the
That's
if I
it.
have
Do,
the
do we
courage
come back for Orlando or not?
to start Orlando's issue, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'll read the first issue. I'll read the
All
first
right,
one.
okay. We'll read the first issue of
But,
Orlando and see how it is.
And we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
Um,
it sucks because I want to enjoy Wonder Woman. Oof.